morning, and it was to me and 13 others. And that would be great if everybody that's attended got that. It would really facilitate joining.
Agreed.
I didn't get the email, and I was putting in the old Zoom link 819. It ends with 5339. Is that no longer in use?
Oh, you got in.
It's now 891-0150-5339, and that's how you.
That's what I was doing. That's what I was
that's
doing.
the one we're using now.
No,
I
that's
didn't
not
get
the one
in.
I got.
I couldn't register.
I put in the chat the one I got this morning.
Okay, thank you.
Hmm.
So I went on LinkedIn and used that one.
Yeah. By the way, everybody, make sure you put your information into the chat room.
Two links. It says new, so I post the new link. Both of those.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay. All right. Yeah, make sure you put your information in the room. People so far registered. So room and then make sure you copy the chat so that you can get a hold of people. In fact, I need to put mine in.
All right, we should get the meeting started then. Good morning, everyone. It's another Friday. Welcome to the Mycity Zoom networking event. I'm the coach here, along with our host, Bob Friedenthal. And we like to give out people an opportunity to network. We definitely encourage people and have one-on-one meetings. And if there's a business need, you might be able to help each other out. So one of our missions is to refer business for each other and keep things going and growing. So we're going to give you each a minute on a timer to introduce yourselves. And if you have a particular business breakthrough, business need, referral experience, anything like that, we'll give you a couple extra seconds, but we want to keep things tight so everybody gets a chance to speak. We're going to start out with our host, Bob Friedenthal. Good morning, Bob.
Hello there. Happy Friday to you. Makes sense that we do these things on Fridays, right? It's good to see some people back. I didn't see Patrick O'Flynn for a while.
America. I was in America and I discovered a few things. You're all in a state of anxiety and uncertainty. And I said to myself, wow.
That's probably a very, very valid statement that people are very uncertain of the future. There's a lot of fear of recession and everything else going on.
I
So
said,
it's just
I said, I must be talking to the wrong people, because America has a great resilience to recover,
Well, we're unlike you. We have an accent. All right.
So do people from Japan. I mean, but look at it anyway.
All right, moving forward. Who's next?
Scott, you're on mute.
Thank you, sir. I'll do that so I don't make coughing noises. But next up will be Joe Nicasio, and then David DaCosta, and then Anna Leveron. So take it away, Joe.
Okay, well, before you start my 60 seconds, I want to do a big shout out to Bob Friedenthal. He's been helping me with my LinkedIn management, and I had a good week. I closed $15,000 in sales in the last 7 days, and 10,000 of that came from somebody that saw me in a networking group and then saw the video interview I did with Bob. And Bob has been helping me really reach out to people on LinkedIn and connect with those people. And it turned into a $10,000 sale. So
Nice.
I've never, in 20 years of posting on LinkedIn, this is my first client on that platform. I found it challenging, but Bob has his little army of support team reaching out on my behalf, and I appreciate that. So you can start my 60 seconds now. Um, I want to do a little quick survey. Oh, you want to say something, Bob?
No, 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 no.
Yeah, a little survey, type one in the chat for yes, two in the chat for no. How many of you like going into a sales call? Type one if you like going into a sales call and being sold to, or type two if you don't like being sold to. Oh, everybody likes to be sold to.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think we all like to buy, but we don't like to be sold to. Uh, some of you do like to be sold to, I guess. So, um, the truth is a lot of people don't want to go into a sales call. If you say, let's get on a call so I can sell you, that's a little bit uncomfortable for people. Well, guess what? You don't have to do things that way. I want you to imagine that you slide a piece of paper in front of somebody when somebody says, how does your program work and how much does it cost? That if they read that one piece of paper, the right people will say yes. And they'll say, how do I sign up? I've got one of those links in the chat.
I'm going to cut you off with the
That's fine.
award show music, but that's how it came up today. So, well, thanks, Joe. And, we're going to probably have a little time after everyone introduces themselves to carry on discussions like this. Appreciate your experience and thank you. And good morning. Welcome back, David DaCosta.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Scott. Well, it's Happy Slurpee Day, 7-Eleven, right? So,
Yes. Free Slurpee Day.
Free Slurpee.
exactly. So you can just
Good to
call my
know.
name and go into any 7-Eleven and think about me. My business is real estate, residential real estate in Southern California, primarily San Diego County. Been doing it for about 15 years now. And yes, I buy and sell homes, but really my job is to be a manager of people's expectations. That's what I do. And that involves a lot of consulting. I have a good sphere of influence, my network. And thanks to you guys, I can expand on that. But really, my job is to keep in touch with the network, listen for the signs, consult, talk, see who I can help, and having a servant's attitude and heart. David DaCosta, DaCostaProperties.com in San Diego, California. Thank you.
Well done, David. And David and I had a one-on-one. He's an excellent networker, and he's really well connected in North County, San Diego, and he's a patron of the arts. So multifaceted. That's the type of people we love here. So I'm glad he's showing up.
David
So
DaCosta and I go way, way, way back.
wow.
I used to run a group down in San Diego. I think that's where it probably came out of.
Awesome.
All right, David, you remember? You're on mute.
Oh, you're on mute, David.
I remember the name. I'm trying to remember the name of the group.
Mycity?
Okay. Okay, yes. What, like 10 years ago?
Oh, at least, yeah.
That's funny.
That's why we have gray in our beer.
But yes, I have done a lot of networking and very multifaceted. Chamber of Commerce, Board of Directors, and International Film Festival, which is a fun event and area to be in. Kiwanis Club in Lake San Marcos, and it goes on and on. So I like to be connected.
Good to have
We
you.
like that. All right. Let's give everybody a welcome to a new guest, Anna. Tell us about yourself, Anna, and good morning.
Good morning. My name is Anna Leverance. I'm a catalyst for joyful change, specializing in how to allow miracles, to make possible the impossible. That is simple, but not easy. Get out of your own way. Get out of the many boxes confining you. I'm helping with navigating the difficulties of the world in these times of unprecedented change. And the result of my work is more freedom, joy, fulfillment, leading to sovereignty and living your purpose. You find balance in every aspect of your life. Make joyful change your reality. Schedule your free Zoom call with me.
Anna, I have to say, you have a beautiful, soothing voice when you talk.
Thank you.
And an excellent choice of words. So Anna, how did you hear about the group, and tell us more about yourself, where you're based out of?
Well, I heard about it. Joe
Go ahead.
introduced me to Bob, and he sent me the link this afternoon. So my time is 5 p.m.
And you're in
So that is
Germany?
how I find this group.
So do you have clients worldwide, or do you have particular focus and particular type of client or business that you work with?
Well, I do mentoring, or said another way, I myself, I'm a change agent, if you will. I specialize in change all my life. I had changes, involuntary changes all my life. And family and friends said, what is wrong with you? Why do you always have changes? And then somebody told me, your biggest flaw, your biggest failure is your gift. And I was saying, okay, what is the gift of change, or me having changes all the time? And I found that I sort of specialize in change. I was experienced changes in a safe environment, in a safe time, not in times like these. And I help people in transition, in change, even people that are not aware they need a change. They know something is wrong. They don't know what. They cry to the universe or ask God, pray to God, I need help. And then with divine guidance, people find me on the internet, in groups, in programs I attend through referral.
Love it.
Awesome. Great stuff. Well, thank you for joining us, and we hope this could become a regular thing. I hope that, the time difference isn't too difficult, but
Well,
we appreciate
I
you
just
joining
have
us.
to, I have so many new things at the moment. I really have to make sure that I can join everything that's interesting, or at least, if not each week, then every other week.
Sure. Yeah, some of our group comes every week. Some people come once, twice a month, and some people come once a year, and they're all welcome. So the more the merrier. We appreciate you being here.
Thank
All
you.
right, we're going to move on. We got the row of handsome men coming up next: Paul, Dan, Roy, Dr. Allen, and Phil. So first up will be the handsome Mr. Paul Levine. Great to have you back, Paul.
Nice to be back. I've been going through some changes, as talking about change. I was with eXp Realty, and now I am with Beverly and Company. They give a whole lot more support. They are much, much more professional. I have that no one else, no other commercial realtor has, because I was a practicing CPA for over 50 years. I can help you make money and save money in taxes. Real estate is the way you build wealth, and also it's a way to get current cash flow and to get some really nice income tax benefits or deferrals. Like I said, I'm one of a kind, and I am more than happy to work with any of you to build that wealth for you and get those tax deductions.
Sounds awesome. So, Paul, do you have any particular programs, or you doing anything like what's the word I was looking for? Where you have projects such as apartment complexes?
Well, you're talking about people signing up as a
Syndicated.
passive investor.
Syndication.
I like to deal with people who are active investors. I like
Active.
to have them make decisions that will benefit them and change things for them that they can't get if they are a passive investor.
Are you finding a decent amount of opportunities in Southern California right now?
Tremendous opportunities. I don't care what the prices are and what everything is around the country. Yes, Southern California is more expensive, but Southern California also gives you more appreciation and more cash flow while you're holding on to the asset. It's the same percentage from one part of the country, like the Deep South, where you can buy something for 15, 20 million. Well, let's go with 1.5 to 3.5 million, whereas in Southern California, it's going to be upwards of 5 million. But when you make a 14% appreciation anywhere in the country, that 14.5 million looks really good.
All right, that's promising. Love to hear that. So,
Thank you.
Best of luck with your new arrangement, and it's great to have you here.
Thank you. Good to be back.
All right, we're going to move on to our friend Dan Broomer. You've been here before, but not on a regular basis. So tell us more, Dan.
I've
Good
seen him
morning.
somewhere before. Before I forget, just want to acknowledge, I don't know how you froze the time for our last speaker, but that's a great control. I'd like to know what that keystroke is. The time froze in seconds, and he was able to just complete his. So that's great.
Yeah, it's just a pause button, just like a VCR.
Well, nice. Do I have one on my end? I need one on my end. No, I don't. 1 minute is plenty. You have 6 seconds to get somebody's attention, don't you?
I need to learn it
That's
from my
true.
wife.
Well, I'm Dan Brummer, and my company is Lori Burton Training. My partner is Lori Burton for a long time, and Lori's been having to be elsewhere these days, so I'm coming in. So our business is the connection business. Isn't it all of our business? That's what's the key thing. It's not prospects, it's relationships. And how do you make relationships? You interact with somebody, and vulnerability is my new superpower. I think I've known it for a while, but I revel in vulnerability. I love to be in a position where somebody can have an impact. This is my new catchphrase as well. Be bold, be brave, be seen. And lastly, for everyone, try and look in the camera. Does it look like I'm looking into your eyes? Yes.
Beautiful. All right. Thank you, Dan. I thought you looked familiar, and we know Lori, and it's great to have you back. It's a great message, too. All right, here's a guy I know well, and we always see Roy. So take it away, Roy.
Okay, thanks, Scott. Many of you know that there's a manufacturing renaissance going on right now. $540 billion is already allocated toward a whole lot of new projects. So we want to get in on this. And many of the projects are going to take a lot of different manufacturers that are going to be part of the supply chain. We can transform these manufacturers into qualified suppliers so they can land some of these million-dollar contracts. We're also going after the main projects themselves. We've got our own products and services, so we're doing that. We need affiliates to help us go after this stuff. There's a lot of good money in this, and as the deals come in, everybody gets paid. And so you work on a deal, it comes in, you get paid. Even if another deal comes in, you get paid. So there's nothing you will do that you don't get paid for. But anyway, that's how it is. Let me know if you're interested in going after this gigantic opportunity.
Yeah, I think it's got a pretty receptive audience here. So I love hearing good news about business. So thank you. All right, let's give a welcome, Dr. Alan Hansen. I don't know if you've been with us before, but
I was here just the end of June.
okay,
And
welcome back.
and then I decided to take a vacation for a month and
Good for
went
you.
up north to visit family.
Awesome.
So I just want to introduce myself. I'm a sport and performance psychologist, and I help people in with their mental skills. And we're talking about athletes and teams and coaches and professionals that need to improve their mental skills, focus, and well-being. So I help people manage their anxiety, enhance their motivation. I provide team and coach support. I'm right now coaching one of the teams at University, Grand Canyon University. It's all about uh, rehabilitation and resilience. It actually helps you, people don't realize how psychology can actually help you recover from injuries and setbacks. So it's really about balancing your well-being and addressing burnout, mental health, and life balance issues. So that's what I do. I work with schools and individuals. So
Alan, do you mind me asking, where are you located?
I'm in Avondale, Arizona.
Ah, so you do stuff online? Yeah.
I do remote and on site. Like with GCU, I go over there a couple times a week to work with the team.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Do you have a particular sport that's like your biggest? Like I know a guy who he works with tennis people exclusively.
Well, I'm a golfer, so I do that. I actually did my dissertation on golf putting, and
Wow. You're a
uh,
doctor of putting?
I am. You wouldn't believe how little people use their mind when it comes to amateurs. Don't use their mind when it comes to putting. So
So
that's
there's a science to reading those greens, huh? That's
well, it's a science to using
absolutely.
your
Psychology.
imagination. Because professional sports people use their imagination for just about everything they do. And the more they use it, the better they get at it, the more they use it. Where the amateur, who I study, they don't know what imagery is a lot of times. And so they don't know how to use it. So my research said what I have to do is train people on using their mind before we get them onto the putting green. Okay, so
can you quantify that in terms of improvement on a scale like when if after you go through do the putting improve their score go down? I mean, can you actually measure those results in terms of the golf score?
I can measure how much they use their imagery, and my dissertation was about was a specific spot on a green, and then tell me how much they use imagery, and there was no correlation between how good or bad that they putted and used their imagery. I mean, it was really confounding because that's why I came up with the only thing I can do for the amateur golfer is train them how to use their mind before they even get on the golf course. So I specialize with pre-performance routines, how to go on to the green and look at it and how to, settle your mind. So a lot of people, when you see somebody stand over a putt and just keep on playing with it and trying to figure it out, that's reinvesting into a bad situation. So what you want to do is get up there, think through it, and then hit it before the nerves kick in. Okay. So
Alan, does that mean the ball is in the hole before you hit it?
well, that's about right. It's you're either going to vision it in the hole or at the back of the cup when you hit it. Remember, don't don't look up too fast. That's one of the biggest problems that putters have is when they putt, they're following their putter and that messes their stroke up. So you putt it and count to about 1 second and then turn your head and look. That'll calm down your putting and you'll be more accurate.
Very interesting. Thank you, Doctor.
You're welcome. Thank you for asking.
Dr. Allen, I played 5 years of college football. I
Okay.
have 4 body part joint replacements.
Okay.
I will contact you because of the mental aspect of getting through my knee replacements. My knee is never going to be right.
Right.
And it bugs me on a daily basis, but I'm still working out. I walked 1.5 miles yesterday and swam, but it doesn't make the pain go away. And so I know there's a mental aspect. I know about imagery because I played fullback and I played linebacker, and a lot of guys would come up to me, how do you do some of those visions and stuff on the field? I learned imagery from my sophomore high school coach because he worked with me for hours and hours and hours in this. And I could do things if I was in the right frame of mind. The other guys had more speed, more talent, whatever. But I also like to really smash people in the mouth. So,
for God's sake, man, you got a heart of war, not a heart of peace.
well, that's a fact. You don't go on the football field and have a heart of peace.
No.
Or you're going to be a dead man walking.
Hey, Jay, I got to ask you, is the pain you're experiencing, is it due to the weather change?
No.
Okay.
Hell, it's 100 degrees every day here right now.
Okay.
You know, the mind is such a phenomenal thing. I don't know if you've ever heard of the mirror box. The mirror box is if a person has an amputated arm, they can put their arm in this mirror box, the good arm into a mirror box, and their mind, because of the way the mirror box shows two arms, okay? And your mind will start thinking that you have 2 arms. And where this is beneficial is if you've amputees have what's called phantom pains. And a phantom pain is where you just feel this pins and needles where your arm should be. And by doing this, it resets the brain a little bit and kind of resolves some of those phantom pains. So,
well, the knee is starting to affect my hip. I have a right hip replacement, but my left one's been fine, but it is starting to get really aggravated because when you walking not normally, when you're relying on one side versus the other, and that's what I've found. Hell, I broke every bone in my body practically. We could go the whole 9 yards. But because I don't live normal, I haven't lived normal, and I thought I was in great enough shape that I was God, and obviously God has a different plan for this. Anyhow, it's interesting what you're saying, and I know about imagery. I've gone into perception. I did my term paper in English on transcendental psychocybernetics and self-hypnosis, for example.
okay.
So I was looking for out-of-body experience and everything, and I probably cheated because I grew up through college in the 70s. But it's been a hell of a ride and a hell of an experience, but I would like to talk to you. So thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome. And my information's in the chat. So you can call me or text me anytime you want. Okay?
All right. Sounds great.
All right.
Thank you.
Great discussion. We definitely need to move on, but thank you, gentlemen.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. Maybe we could have Dr. Allen give a guest presentation in a future date. So
that'd be right
a
on.
receptive audience here. All right, we're going to move on. So next up will be our friend everybody loves, Phil Wolfstein. Morning, Phil.
Good morning, everyone. Phil Wolfstein with Zoom Business Brokers. I'm a certified business broker, what I like to say is I help business owners find qualified buyers for their business. Great conversation this morning because I just was talking to a young man in Texas who was looking for for a mentor on how to get into doing financial analysis and valuations, and it highlighted how important the psychology is in the business that I do. Is selling a business for a business owner, seller, and entrepreneur. Selling a business may be one of the biggest events in their life emotionally, of course, financially, and it's something that should be high on the list for planning, for preparation, for being prepared. And unfortunately, 80% of business owners and sellers have no plan at all. They're not prepared. And the emotional and psychological impact of selling a business is a lot of what I do. In addition to the technical aspect, I wish people could imagine, talk about imagery. I wish business owners and sellers could imagine what is it like to be retired? What do I need to do? What's my goal? Where do I want to be after 25, 30 years or more in a business? Where do I want to be? And how do I want to get there? And start thinking about that planning at least 36 months in advance of coming to me, to actually list and sell the business. So great conversation this morning. I think we all have to realize that, the human aspect, AI is great. It's going to help make things faster and more efficient, even when it comes to valuations. That's a great tool, but doesn't replace and doesn't address the real emotional needs and the psychological, I think, impact of having to sell your business and make that transition and move into a different stage of your life. Anyway, that's what I do. And I always work with professionals, and I love the diversity in this group. Someone that's thinking about selling their business, it starts with evaluation, a baseline, but it definitely takes a team approach to get the job done.
All right. Thanks, Phil. Good stuff. Okay, next up in my next row, we've got some lovely ladies and a couple of gentlemen. So we're going to talk to Wendy, then Kathy, then Alan, Patrick, and Sam in that order. So next up will be Wendy Winterburn from England. Good morning, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Yes, hi Scott. Yes, we're going through a bit of a heat spell, sort of heat wave at the moment, so it's rather warm. Anyway, yes, hi. My name is Wendy Winterburn. I'm a certified online business manager here in a small city called Hereford in the UK. And certified online business manager is there to help a business owner delegate some of their tasks, or at least help manage their team so they can get a bit more quality of life or work balance, and gives them a chance to work on a different area of their business if they so wish. I also help set up standard operating procedures, which if they haven't got any. So if anybody's away, ill or holiday, or the usual extreme version I give is hit by a bus, then there's somebody who can actually sort of help cover that part, or they know what they need to do. I also sort of help sort of plan for 90 days, so they aren't doing squirrel or shiny thing. So yes, that's what I help with.
Cool stuff. Thank you. Great to have you here. And we're going to say good morning to Kathy. Hi, Kathy. You're muted, dear.
Hi, good morning. I'm Kathy Cuevas. I'm a financial coach on a mission to help women take charge of their money, ditch the stress, and build lasting wealth without overwhelm. I've faced financial struggles myself many times over and over early on in my life, which is why I'm so passionate about simplifying personal finance, also coming from 13 years teaching before I retired, from breaking free of debt, if that's their issue, to making smart decisions, and also confident investments. I help women transform their money habits and design the life they want to own.
And you still doing work with schools, Kathy?
No, I
Or are you
retired
trying
2 years ago. I'm actually almost at the end of teaching a free class here at the city of Corona. I teach twice a week for 4 weeks, just to try and help as many people as I can.
That's wonderful. I know you do outstanding work.
Thank you.
met one-on-one.
Just
Thank
trying
you.
different ways of getting out there.
All right, I want to welcome Alan Altschul. Have you been with us before?
No, I've been a longtime friend of Bob Friedenthal, and I thank him
Awesome.
for certainly inviting me here today, but more importantly, for his friendship. We've had a good relationship. So anyway, I'll certainly
welcome, sir.
Well, thank you, thank you. So to get to know a little bit about me, for the last 15 years, I've done exclusively reverse mortgages. That's the only ocean I swim in. I'm a former estate planning attorney. I'm used to working with the senior community, used to working with their CPAs, financial planners. I was also a former tax accountant with Ernst & Ernst. So I'm a numbers guy. But certainly I'll say with respect to the senior population, certainly the demographics have changed drastically over the years. They're living longer. And I'll say for the senior community, I've learned that the biggest fear is not a fear of dying. It's really a fear of money, running out of money or not being able to support themselves. And a lot of them are used to being the supporters of the family, and they don't want to be the supportee. So using a reverse mortgage in the right way, the reverse mortgage, it started back in '88 with Ronald Reagan. It has changed drastically. The ways to use a reverse mortgage have changed. The product has changed drastically. There's no longer just an FHA product. There's now the proprietary marketplace. So there's a lot more flexibility. The issue is how to know what to do with the reverse mortgage and how to know what the individual wants to accomplish. It's just not about saving money or their portfolio. It's also about quality of life and the holistic characteristics that come into play in terms of having a good life. They've earned that right, and now that they're living longer, they're no longer just couch potatoes waiting to die. It's just not that way. So there are a lot of ways of using a reverse mortgage to really supplement the estate.
Alan, I still don't know what reverse mortgage is. Now I'm in Europe, so maybe
they have them. Australia.
Yeah, but what does it mean? What does it mean?
Patrick, I'd love to answer your question, but it's not fair to everyone else because there's no way I can tell you in 1 minute. But what I will tell you, when you think about it, a reverse mortgage, it's a mortgage. It works differently than a forward mortgage, but the main thing you need to know, it's a mortgage. And you're borrowing money against the house.
Oh,
and
yes,
there's a
I
lien
get
that's going to
you.
be
Yeah,
putting
yeah.
against the house,
Yeah.
but
I
there's
have it
no
now.
equity splitting with a reverse mortgage.
Yeah,
So
right. Thank
I'm
you.
more than happy,
Thank you.
but it'll take a while to explain it.
I have the
But if
gist
you
of
have
it.
anyone has questions, by all means, and just know my clients. I have a very small presence on the internet and social media. Certainly, over 90% of my clients come from what I'll call trusted financial advisors, CPAs, attorneys, realtors, bankers, etc. So,
Great.
Alan Altschul, reverse mortgages.
Hey,
Thank
Patrick,
you.
I can tell you
Where's
for
your home
someone who,
base?
Patrick, I can tell you someone who researched it for a
I'm
friend in
sorry.
England.
I'm in Valley Village. I'm in San Fernando Valley. But
Okay.
we do reverse mortgages across the country. So none internationally, Patrick, but certainly throughout the country.
Patrick,
But my mainstay is certainly California.
Patrick, I can tell you someone who researched it for a friend of mine in England. They have it in England. I can't say about Ireland. In fact, in England, United States, you have to be 62. In England, you have to be 50. They do it as early as 55.
Well, proprietary, you can do 55.
Right.
If you're talking about FHA, different story. But there are a lot of benefits to some in this situation where FHA product is much better. Others, proprietary just beats it hands down. And if you're afraid of, with respect to the senior community, people hear about reverse mortgage, interest rates. No one can beat my interest rates. If they think they can go to Bank of America and get 2.75%, it ain't happening. So for seniors, reverse mortgage rates are very, very competitive and a lot more flexible.
All right. That's great.
Thank you, guys. And in case you didn't know, I'm originally from the Bronx. And if I
Yeah, I
can
was
brag,
just wondering which
one
borough, but
one of the best stickball players to grace the streets of the Bronx. Thank you.
nice.
I'm from Flushing, Queens.
Oh, you're a high class guy.
Love it.
I lived
All
a
right.
mile from Yankee Stadium. How far were you from Shea Stadium?
Wow.
It was on the way to work. It's two stations on the Flushing 7 line.
I was 6 stations on the Jerome Avenue L.
Well, my second home was Yankee Stadium, third deck, right in the middle behind home plate.
First game I ever went to, my dad caught a ball for me on the fly. Still have it.
I know.
Love it. All right. Well,
Thank
Alan, you certainly fit in here, and it's great to have you. I encourage people to set up a one-on-one to learn more about how you operate, and I appreciate your being here. So thank you. And welcome back, Patrick. You went to America. How did you find it?
Yes. I had a great time, except for the heat. I nearly melted. I wanted to go back to Ireland with the temperate weather and what have you, but it's really good today. Anyway, I was talking to a load of people, and I love your spirit in America, but I'm concerned about how people are beginning to think now in terms of more anxiety. And I was questioning them, of trying to drill down and find out where they were. But they were asking me, for instance, what do you do? And I said, well, for those who are interested, I'm helping them to protect their lifestyle. And what I mean by lifestyle is their health. And they'd ask a question, and I'd say, well, do you want to rust out or do you want to wear out? This is a choice you have. So lifestyle, income protection, and retirement, and these are really, really important things. And resurrecting America's entrepreneurial spirit from the Right Honorable Joe, where he talks about 21 spirits. Oh, sorry, 21 principles of what I can't. I've lost my train of thought. Of spirit building, and there are 21 of them, and you got to get the book. It's on Amazon. I love it. But look, I'd love to talk to you, Jay. I want to send you a hello message with something that I think might help you. And look, great to be back. And thanks, Bob, for sending me a message.
All right. Thanks, Patrick.
And Scott, did you get your hair done since I was away?
I'm overdue for a haircut, actually, but I did trim my beard, so it's a very random look. So. Joe, take a minute to follow up and explain what Patrick was talking about.
Yeah, I wrote this book called Resurrecting America's Entrepreneurial Spirit. A lot of people want to be in business, but they're afraid. And I identified 21 spirit killers and how to overcome them with spirit builders. And, our doubts are our traitors and make us lose the good we oft win by failing attempt, said William Shakespeare. And you could have 99% positivity, but 1% doubt, and that doubt will sabotage you from trying. So it's a book I wrote back in 2012. I've actually rewritten it. I got a new version, but it's not published yet. So I wrote this book because I am an entrepreneur maker, and a lot of people are afraid. And a lot of times we think that we're not succeeding in business because of the skills or the knowledge. But if you're afraid of taking actions in your business, then fear is the opposite of faith, and it's not a knowledge problem, it's a spiritual problem. Anyway, back to you, Scott.
Excellent point. I think more and more people look at everybody here as kind of a testament to this situation. I think more and more people are realizing that they have to take command of their lives, and entrepreneurship is one of the best ways to do that, because you can't count on the government to take care of you. You can't count on employers to be loyal to you. So who can you count on? yourself, right? So
Yeah,
it's my
self-reliance is
pitch.
a virtue, I believe. And I'm a stand for self-reliance through entrepreneurship. And unfortunately, we've created a culture where we're not self-reliant. We're employer reliant or government reliant or charity reliant or family reliant or spouse reliant. And there's something very powerful when we can, go into the marketplace and turn our talents into cash. And it doesn't take money to make money, it takes customers. And so self-reliance is and none of us are truly completely self-reliant. I rely on my customers. I rely on, the streets and the roads to be taken care of by the government. But the more that we can be more self-reliant instead of relying on others, I think it's a virtue worth developing.
If it is to be, it's up to me.
We need that mixture of independence and interdependence, but not dependence.
Yeah.
All right. So here's another guy next up, Sam, who has got a lot of wisdom and he's a great networker. So good morning, Sam Kurd.
Good morning. Thank you, Scott, and good morning, everyone. Um, in business for 17 years so far, and I develop websites, graphic design, social media programs, all integrated, and as a one-stop shop, if you will, including something that I will share with you in the chat here. Now, there's a QR code here. How many of you use a QR code for a business card? But that's all it does. It gives your customers information about your name, phone number, and website. That's it. This QR code actually produces, if you text it to someone, it will produce a mini site, which is a mini website that also connects to your website that gets attention from your clients. As someone else earlier said, the attention span of most people on a website is 6.5 seconds, and that's the problem. So what we do is we help simplify everything here with the technology and AI and everything. By the way, the biggest news of today, I don't know if you guys have heard, but 2 days ago, I think, or on the 9th, today is what, the 11th? Okay, yeah, 2 days ago. OpenAI announced that they are competing with Google and they will have a web browser that's based on AI completely. So that's going to be launched in the next couple of weeks, I guess. So we'll wait and see what kind of impact that will have on technology. Anyway, my name is Sam Kurd. I'm with 4C Productions. And if you want a stunning, highly professional website, this is what I do. Thank you.
Thanks, Sam. All right, guys, we're going to run out of time. It's 8:53, so I apologize to the gentleman and lady who are remaining. So I'm going to put the timer on and ask you to stick to it, and hopefully you can get through everybody. But I do want to welcome Alex, then Robert, and then Jay, and then Moshe. So good morning, Alex Holt.
Good morning, Scott Harrell. I am very new to this. Bob invited me after we had a short chat. He's a great guy. I sell coaching services, tutoring services, anything academic. So anyone wants to take advantage of the one thing I don't sell yet is real estate, but I have a book for it and I've worked with some women on it. It's all about your customers, especially with a lot of businesses that are very competitive and the long-term profits are not much. So it's all about your customers. I really want to thank everyone for giving me a lot of inspiration and hope to be back soon.
Fantastic. And did you put your contact info in the
I
chat,
did.
Alex?
I did.
All right, awesome.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it. Next up, Robert Chung. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Scott. My name is Robert Chan. I own a company called RSC Business Group. What we do is we provide new perspective to what's happening in the world and what's happening in business. Good example, a client came to me and said, the main provider or machine in Midwest is closing. So we got to downsize the company. I said, why? He says, there's no machines. I said, well, what if a different perspective? He looked at me like I was a little crazy, but he had a huge warehouse and a lot of parts laying around. He was fixing those machines. So I told him after everything closed down, why not become a maintenance company that handles repairs on these machines. So as a result, we released the company, we restructured the company so it grew in the middle of changing times where a company that manufactures the main machinery shut down. So it is my opinion that even though there's changes, there's uncertainty, there's always an opportunity. And my job is to help you find the opportunity and make it real and build a structure to make it so. So in this case, I had to have them hire more repair people, but their salespeople were very happy because they thought they're going to be all let go. Anyway, so I'm looking for people who like to have a new perspective and actually grow the company no matter what the circumstances are. Please come and speak with me. Robert Chun, RSC Business Group. Thank you.
Thank you, Robert. Appreciate it. All right, Jay, going to give you a minute here. You can unmute. You got to unmute.
Okay, I'm here. I am a commodities broker. I used to be a fairly large almond grower, walnut grower. I sell almonds, walnuts, and pistachios worldwide, primarily from California, but I know Chileans, Australians, and I deal all over the world, and including domestic markets. And it is a very changing landscape, and some people hit upon that, and especially Patrick did. We don't know what to expect on a day-to-day basis, and the agriculture with some of these tariffs can be highly affected. Land values have gone down some. It all depends on how much water you have. So everything you hear, whether it's in a movie like Goliath or anything, is true in California right now. And a lot of it's buy-offs and payoffs, and it's just gerrymandering at its finest. And we had a new crop report and information yesterday and a position report. And it really was a shocker, and it changed the landscape for the next 5 months. And that's what I deal with on a daily basis. So that's about all from me that I have. If anybody has any questions, I just put my contact info on there and get in touch.
Thank you. Yeah, I do encourage these one-on-ones. It's great to get to know someone and then drill down into a particular area of interest. So next up, Moshe, give you your minute, and then after that, we'll talk to Cheryl, and then Lacey, and then Bert. So
No, what I
take
did
it away.
was I took your advice.
Just Patrick, take it away, Moshe.
Good morning. My name is Moshe Math. I'm a partner in a company called Neurotrain Sciences. We're involved with brainwave entrainment. And for those who don't know, especially people who are older, you'll remember the copy machines that stopped working. When they started to work, everything was fine. If they continue not to work, on those days, I prayed that I was wearing a good pair of shoes so when I kicked the machine, I at least felt better. But then I turned the machine off and on and hope it reboot, reset, and figure out I had a problem. And that's what we're doing with the brain. We have 15 different sound sessions, or we have 3 different systems. All systems are zero gravity. Our top-end model looks similar to massage chairs at the airport. Like them, we use zero gravity and vibration. Ours is full body. Unlike them, we're using sound and light. Light working with the optic nerve of the brain so that the sound can penetrate to the brain and then work through the brain to the body through the autonomic nervous system or the spine. Ideal for me would be D1 colleges because we can accelerate sports recovery because they're not being touched as they recover.
All right. Thanks, Moshe. And Cheryl, take it away. Try that unmute again.
It was a great talking to me. See, all I ask is I have one favor. Please tell a friend about this.
Scott, were you talking to me or was somebody else?
We want Cheryl to give her a minute.
And so
Hi, I'm Sherry McBride and I am in Mesa, Arizona right now. I'm getting ready to move to Virginia. So I love how I can educate people all over the world and I'm making connections so that they can have exactly what they need. And I'm here for you. So if you need somebody to learn a little bit more about finances, I'm your girl. Thanks.
Thank you, Cheryl. Okay, folks, it's 9 o'clock. If you could hang for a couple more minutes, I'm going to give Halisi his minute and then Kirk Franklin. So take it away, Halisi.
Hi, I'm Halisi Tambuzi. My business is Workplace Investigators. I help employers understand the data behind their HR systems. Um, I used to write policies, customize handbook policies, customize over 800 handbooks, and help employers with their HR questions. And one thing that kept coming up, employers would reach out right at the time of termination, and I would have to be the bearer of bad news, letting them know that, hey, you haven't done A, B, and C, and so the termination is going to be it's going to be risky. And so that started to dawn on me that employers don't know the data behind their HR functions, and so that's what I provide. Help them understand their documentation compliance, if they have particular risks that are there. And so I put my contact information in the chat. And shout out to Bob for creating this space and allowing us to all network together. Thank you.
Thanks, Halisi. And Halisi and I had a one-on-one. He's very, very sharp. He's also an attorney, so he's got a lot of credibility, and I encourage you to speak with him. And Burke, thanks for hanging along. Great to have you. Take it away.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Burke Franklin, Business Power Tools up in Santa Barbara, California. Yeah, I had a good meeting with Halisi. He looked at my employee handbook, had a lot of comments on that. I want to hire him to work on this thing some more. And Phil has been promoting Business Power Tools and Biz Plan Builder because unfortunately most businesses are unsellable or train wrecks behind the scenes. And we've got a lot of tools to help them restore their value in the business and validate the value of the business and sell it faster for more money. So what I've got, my main product is for writing business plans. It's called Biz Plan Builder. It's evolved over 36 years. It's got the content in it, the direction in it, everything you need to know to put together a business plan. So you can really, if you need to raise capital from investors, whether they're your parents, your friends, your dentist, or professional venture capitalists, it's got the financial model in it. It's got the narrative presentation. It's got a guided pitch deck to help you really put the whole thing together, because most people just don't know what to do or know how to do it, let alone what to say or how to say it. And it's got all that stuff already in it for you at businesspowertools.com.
All right, thank you. Well, folks, it's after 9 o'clock. I appreciate everybody who was able to hang on. Just a quick reminder, I'm in business too. I work with other businesses, so I want to set up those one-on-ones so we can help each other out. I am based in Long Beach, California. Thank you, Bob, for hosting. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. We had some really interesting conversations this morning. It's excellent. So
Everyone,
we hope everybody can come back.
Save the chat.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah, we're going to save
right.
the chat.
Good point.
Hey, Bob
So we will
Friedenthal,
forward
what do
that.
you do?
What do I do? I talk to you. No, I've been a LinkedIn management guy for years and years, 20, 25 years, something like that. But other than that, I play and have fun. By the way, Scott, next week, can we do shout outs? Is he still on?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, let's do some
Absolutely.
shout outs, because I did an interview of Betty Withrow, and she same within hours got a call from a guy that she knew, and I'm sure she's going to be doing some work for him too. So, it's always about that exposure, isn't it?
Yeah, and a big shout out to you, Bob. We did a video. Yes, had a lot of fun doing a video yesterday as well. So that appreciate your taking the time. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, the results from it. So that takes a little bit of time sometimes, but we'll see.
Have a great weekend, everyone.
You got
Thank
it.
you all.
You too, all.
Take care. Moshe.
I'm sorry, yes.
By any chance, you related to